Is this a headboard? A lot of you are going to say absolutely not. And I think that's the problem. We've all been taught that a headboard must look a very specific way. Wood, upholstered, bolted to the bed, but your bedroom does not care about rules. So why not rethink what we've originally thought a headboard has to be? So in this video, I'm going to share with you some creative takes on headboards, pieces that are going to change the energy of your bedroom and make it a little more fun. Fabric and drapery. It's something that we've been seeing pop up a lot more recently with larger interior decor and interior design creators on TikTok and YouTube. And I'm glad we're seeing a lot more because I think the use of fabric and drapery brings a nice whimsical and airy interest into the bedroom where you do want to feel that airiness, like you're kind of floating in this cloud or wonderland, and really making your bedroom interesting in that way. So I'm glad we're seeing a lot more use of fabric and draping within that space. And if you're interested in the direction I decided to take when creating my own headboard, not headboard, then you can watch the video after this one. I'll have it linked after the video, and you can watch what I did. The first way you can incorporate drapery and fabric into your bedroom is to place it on the wall horizontally. You can do something similar to what this person did, which just they laid out a very airy piece of fabric, or you could have it where it is more horizontal. But in my own example, I shaped the fabric in like an organic shape, so it created like some type of movement. So you could do that. You can hang it vertically, which a lot of people have been doing and taking advantage of, which it looks wonderful. It's kind of like a creative canopy in a way. I think we're moving more towards that like traditional feeling inside our spaces. So using the fabric to create this sort of canopy style bed is very beautiful, and you can do this in a variety of different ways. You can have the fabric just going up the wall. You can drape it over rods that you hang from the wall. You can just have it draped from the ceiling. Now, the thing with fabric and draping is if you use a lot of it, it will get dirty, and either you have to have someone come in and clean a lot for you, or you do it yourself because it will collect dust. And when you're including drapery into a space, the bedroom is a great space to do that because it's not like the kitchen where you have a bunch of smells and odors that can get into the fabric. The bedroom usually is a space free of very intense odors. So you won't get that issue. But when you do have drapery, you do have to take into consideration the amount you use in your space. That means the more you're going to have to clean and just be on top of that for especially white fabric. Like myself and others in this space who did share their own bedroom transformations, they used a very light fabric. So yeah, just keep that in mind. There are just so many different ways that you can incorporate fabric and draping into your bedroom when you're looking to add interest to your space and you don't want to necessarily follow the rules of a traditional bedroom. So the next headboard, not headboard, is going to be art, murals. If you're very good at painting, then this is right up your alley. I wish I could paint. I really don't want to say that because I guess I could. You don't necessarily have to be very good at painting or drawing. So I'm going to challenge myself there. You don't have to be an artist in the traditional sense of drawing and painting, but if you want to take a paint bucket and draw some flowers, a huge mural, or an outline of a frame to like border your artwork, and you put that on the wall behind your bed, and that acts as your headboard, then go for it. Go for it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take paint to my wall. Maybe in my next place, but I chose to go in the direction I did with my headboard, so I'm going to leave it as that, and I'm just going to accentuate that with other things as I build on that space. But for now, that's my choice to stay there. But I think there are a lot of great examples of this on Pinterest and maybe other places. I haven't ventured out of Pinterest, but I think the use of paint in this way, instead of gravitating towards like a traditional wallpaper, is really fun. And what I noticed when you choose to do something different like this is it's very important that you take in consideration the direction you're choosing to go and that style you're choosing to express your creativity, because you want to add other elements that will align with that. So in my bedroom, for example, when I had the drapery for my headboard, a lot of people hated it. And I get why. It's new, it's different. But I also felt like it was missing something, and it was missing other elements in the room that helped make this a better moment for the space. So I added a dark green rug under the bed, and I think that is moving in a better direction and made the drapery in my own bedroom look even better. So if you do choose a creative route, just make sure you're adding elements to also align that vision into the entire space and not just that one wall. Unless you're going very minimal and you want like that specific thing to be the focus, because you can also do that as well. I love that a lot of us are choosing to be more creative in our spaces and not fall victim to the like very clean and minimal design style, but kind of more of an eclectic version of ourselves, but within our own space. Because our spaces should represent who we are as a person. And when I choose to do something to my apartment, it is because I like it. It is because I want to try something different. It's because I do want to do something that other people aren't doing. I don't know if you're like me, but ever since I was young, I always had a desire to move away from what other people or the majority of what people are doing. So I'll give you an example. When I played soccer growing up, I always chose cleats that no one else had, because it was just very trendy to have very specific style cleats from very specific brands. I didn't care which brands I had. That didn't matter to me. It was mostly the color, the design, like did it look good and did it work as a cleat for my games? Like was it sturdy enough? And I always try to just be different because I like that. And even with movies and stuff, if everyone's raving about a very specific thing that they're watching, that makes me less interested to watch it in that moment. I'm fine waiting to watch what has gotten a lot of attention, but I usually will wait until I choose that I want to watch it, not just because everyone's saying to watch it. And you can diagnose that however you like. You can interpret that however you like. You can make your own conclusions about my own thought process. It really doesn't matter, but that's just always how I felt. And it's no different when I decorate my space. So I'm very happy to see a lot more people choosing to go out of what is normally accepted or thought of for their interior decor and trying different and creative things. And not all of it is going to look amazing to others. Not a lot of it's going to look amazing to me. Like I've done some things to my space where it's not like incredible, but you know what? I tried it. And that is what this video is to help support in that message, that we can start trying. We can start trying different things. We can put our own creative minds to work and, do something different. The third and last category is using large art. Now, this could mean using large canvas art, large posters, whatever you want and consider large art to be on that wall behind your bed. And I think you can kind of see these similarities to the large art pieces and what we traditionally think as a headboard. And this option actually gets me very excited because I would love to try this in my bedroom or maybe my next bedroom if we move, but using a room divider as the headboard. You can use room dividers for a lot of things. They perform a job, right? They divide a space. If you want to limit the visual clutter in a room and you don't really have a wall separating some rooms, you can add the divider there. You can put it on a wall to act as art in like a nice little corner. Or like I said, you can put it in your bedroom and act kind of like a piece of art and headboard for yourself. But the way I am trying to incorporate a room divider in my space is a little off topic, but I recently removed our bedroom door for multiple reasons I'm not going to get into, but now we don't have a bedroom door. And what I want to do is have a very large, beautiful room divider to act as that privacy screen. So when we have guests over or host, I don't want our bedroom to just be on display. So I can use the room divider to kind of hide the bedroom. Or also when it's not in use as that shield, I can have it against the wall where we have like a long hallway to the bedroom. I can put it on that wall where there's nothing hanging and use it as like a piece of art. So I think that's a really interesting and different way to incorporate a room divider that I'm still on the hunt for. So when I do find one, I will create a video and update you guys. But for now, no room divider for me. But if you are crafty enough, you can create your own room divider. You can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, maybe get some large wood panels and make your own. You can paint them, you can draw on them, make murals on the panels. You can make them whatever size you want. And I don't know if this is probably a little expensive, but having a room divider that is created out of like a kind of like a marble look, like a faux marble maybe, that could be really pretty. I love tiles in spaces. So one thing in my space is I like seeking out just individual tiles and putting them around my space. And I'll show you one right now. I have this up against my wall over here in the living room. So it says Georges Briand. I don't know, but it's a tile, and I got it for $28 from this vintage market. And yeah, I just have it here, and I like placing tiles just on random walls, and I have one in my bedroom. So yeah, having some type of tile room divider or kind of like a faux marble, but like I said, I don't know if that's expensive. I have my dog's joining the video. So Macy, what do you think? Which route would you choose? You say the second one? You would do the murals? Yeah, I think you're a murals girl. She's a murals girl. Oh, she's probably hungry, so I have to wrap up this video. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a few different examples of creative ways you can rethink the headboard and really make your bedroom a very interesting and cool personal space for yourself.